Ape Army. What a day. What a world. I figured out how I messed up earlier. I didn't share my stream to Twitter. I just expected it to go there automatically. Yes, that happened. You'd think I'd know how to Twitter by now. Jesus, but it was such a crazy day. Guys, I'm on such a mixture of euphoria and adrenaline here for the past freaking like 9 days. I don't have my shit straight anymore, but I know this play that we're making right now, and that's why I wanted to hop on with you guys. Unbelievable run up after hours here today. Strong like bull. 37.69 close. We were up 22% during regular trading hours, another 17 and some odd change percent after hours. The next resistance line is 39.41. $40 is obviously where they're trying to not let us get to, because there's like millions of dollars of options that expire in the money at $40, and they do not want it to get there, but I don't think they're going to be able to stop it, guys. And that's what I want to talk to you about today is options. Now you're probably going to say, Paulie, you're getting greedy. This is weird. It usually shows me a chat, but there's no chat here. Paulie, you're getting greedy, but you know what? If I know this play like the back of my hand right now, and there's other ways to make money. We talked about options a few weeks back, and I said that the gambler in me wanted to do it, but the brain was kind of slowing it down, because the options play is the true gambling of the market, because you can realize unlimited potential, but you can lose all of your money. But if we have a good idea of how this is going to play out, then why not make money coming and going? And if you have a decent position now in AMC, you've got profits to play with. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to play with their money and try and take some more money from them in a variety of different ways. Let me preface this by saying I'm not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. This is what I'm going to do with my money. You do with what you want with your money. You're supposed to say that. I'm not a financial advisor. Not a financial advisor, but so far, if you listen to me, you're doing pretty good. So this is what I'm going to do. The options contracts that I was going to buy a couple weeks ago for the $40 strike calls that expire on June 18th are up 400%. I was going to buy a few of them. They were like 96 cents, which means each contract is $96. I was going to play like 5 of those. So I'd be up, $20,000 right now. But I'm not worried about that, because I'm up on my stock and I figured out this play, I think. So for AMC, we can look out. I mean, you're supposed to buy options, a little further down the line, so you've got time to make the play. But this play is so close to fruition. I think I'm going to risk it and do some. What was I looking at? Some maybe like $60 calls for a week from Friday, and we could sell these on Friday if we want. If it rips and it's going to 48, 50, you could sell them right then and make that premium difference. So lather, rinse, repeat. You can take profits and reposition yourself anytime you want to. I say let's make some money on the calls on the way up. That's what I'm going to do. Then towards the top, wherever that is, and it's going to be XXXX. I can get some put options for the way down and get some like $100 or $125 puts, and those will skyrocket in price as the stock drops. Every squeeze play ends up back to about where it started. And I think that the true value of this stock is around $25 right now. So eventually AMC is going to, get back down to $40, $30, $20. But those put options at $100, $125 as it's rocketing down, I think are going to yield some stupid cash, and they'll be really cheap when the stock is like up towards the top of its squeeze. So we can make money on options on the way up and way down. And you know what? This what was I saying? $60 call. The $60 call is $238, so that's $238 to get one block of 100 shares. I can buy a couple of those. I'm up enough on this stock that I can afford a $500 gamble here to see unlimited profits. This is how Deep fucking Value got so much money on GameStop and Roaring Kitty. Those actually might be the same guys. Anyway, was getting options. The other play is if we know that they're going to have to liquidate their blue chip stocks in order to cover these short positions, then why not short them too? Some of them are pretty expensive to short. I was looking into like Tesla and Amazon. Those are really expensive to short. But Apple, which is going to be one of the stocks that go down, guys, there's going to be a huge market reset coming up here. We've talked about the over liquidity, the over leveraging, the lack of collateral, kicking the can down the hill, the reverse repo loans they've been taking out. The banks are in trouble. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be the boy that cried wolf. The market always recovers, and lately the market's been recovering faster and faster. So don't worry, the sky's not falling. They're going to figure it out, but there's going to be an opportunity for you to buy blue chips at a cheaper rate. I've been saying that for a while. But why not put some puts on them right now? Okay. So Apple is like trading for $120 something right now. Oh, I pulled up App Lovin'. Here we go. Apple. $124. It was down today a little bit. I bought some $70 puts. I've already bought these. These are the first contracts I ever bought. I bought some $70 puts today, 2 of them for September 17th. And that means if Apple goes down and starts rocketing down because it's, got liquidated, not got liquidated, but somebody had to liquidate their position to cover the shorts on the market, that these are only 96 cents, which means it's $96 to buy one. So I spent less than $200 to get 2 Apple puts. I might get some more. They're already up. I mean, the stock went down today, so my puts are up a few bucks. The other one is the SPY index. Here's a way to get it. To get the whole enchilada without having to pick and choose all these different stocks that are going to go down. I picked Apple because it was pretty cheap to short. Yes, I'm shorting now. You've become what you hate. No, I hated the guys that were, trying to short Americana and short the movie theaters. This is just shorting them back. Now, if you say, yeah, but, mom and pop has money in Apple, Paulie. Mom and pop has money in the SPY index. Well, that's true. But I'm not the one that's going to make that stock go down. I'm not the one that's allowed all this over leveraging and over liquidity. I'm not the one that's going to cause it to go down. I don't have that much influence. There's only a few hundred of you following along with me on this, maybe 1,000. And if their financial advisor is not smart enough to see the writing on the wall and see that this bubble is about ready to pop, then they're with the wrong financial advisor and they're getting ready to lose them a ton of money. People are going to see this and money's going to start coming out of some blue chip shit here pretty soon. The S&P 500 SPY index short is a way to get all these guys, Tesla, Amazon, Google, Apple, the stocks that I think are going to go down very soon from a market correction. And then we'll have so much money, we can buy those blue chip stocks back at a discount. We talked about that for a while. I've been talking about that for a while. I just haven't been talking about the options too much because, like I said, I needed to learn more about them, and they are risky. But I'm on house money right now. It's like when you get me at the poker table after, I've come back from the day before and I'm already up $1,500 or $2,000 on the weekend. I'm pretty hard to beat at that point. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm playing with house money. So on the SPY puts, let's go out. I think I went out to like September for Apple. Yeah. We can go to September. Give us some time to make the play here. And way down. I mean, not that we think it's going to go down to $275 because it's $419 right now. But as it shoots down, that premium is going to go up. So here we go. About the same price as Apple. $275 put for September 17th. It's 92 cents. That put is up 7% today. I should have bought it today. Been talking to Joe Albert about this play, been formulating this plan. I'm going to buy several more of these SPY puts for $9.17 at less than $1 a share. So less than $100 per contract. Right here, it says that my maximum loss is $92. My maximum profit is $27,000. I know it's not going to get that much, but if you turn 92 into 500, you've made money. Joe does this all the time. The other day, I was talking to Joe on my lunch break, and I was smashing a Burger King burger because I had a couple people that were coming in to buy BMWs in the afternoon. I did not have much time to eat. I hate Burger King, sorry. But they're right across the street from the dealership, and I'm smashing my Whopper. And it was the other day when we tested 30 and then went down and bounced off of 24.50. And Joe said, "Hold on, I'm gonna buy some calls here real quick." So as it was going down, that's when they're cheaper. He bought calls banking on it bouncing off of that support line, and it did. And he flipped them while I ate my burger in the period of about, 5 minutes. It shot back up to like $28.50, $29. He flipped them for like a $700 profit on a 5-minute play. Again, I'm not recommending that we try to do puts and calls all day long on all kinds of different stocks. I'm just saying we're maximizing this one play that we're making right now. This one long AMC play can be turned into a long options AMC call, a short put options AMC put on the way down, and puts on the blue chips that will no doubt go down when this big watershed event happens. And it's going to happen. MVIS is going to go up. Cost, BlackBerry, Nokia, GameStop, AMC, all these stocks that have been shorted, they're going to eventually press the button and say, it's over. And for the hedgies out there, I'm going to say GG. Because, we just touched $40 today. It's over. Now, it may correct a little bit. It may go down. If I buy those calls at the wrong time and it goes down, those calls are probably going to look pretty bad for a few days. But I still think by the end of next week, middle towards the end of next week, we'll be shooting past $50. And it's just begun. So to reiterate, this short squeeze is not started. Follow Ortex and follow the data. Kids, don't smoke. It's bad for you. What's reported for shorts right now has gone up 4% in open interest today, in short interest. The utilization rate is still over 99%. The shares on loan is like 133 million, which it's been sitting at for a long time. They keep adding to their position. I have no idea why they would have bought more short shares today. No idea, no clue. I would not invest in BlackRock BlackRock's good. I would not invest in Citadel or Melvin Capital or the Mundrick Capital today that paper handed 8.5 million shares of AMC like a little bitch to flip it for 20%, and then came out and said the stock was overvalued, and the stock ripped another 25% after that. So they have unrealized gains so far of 25% on flipping that stock so quickly. And that was obvious manipulation. Should be illegal. Who in the hell takes a long position on the stock and sells 4 or 5 days later for a 20% profit and then says the stock is overvalued when they know goddamn well it hasn't closed yet? They were trying to affect our momentum and shoot it down. They hadn't done their research, because when Wanda sold the rest of their shares, which was the tune of 30 million a few weeks ago, it only affected us about 12%, and in 2 days we ate it back up again. Today we ate their big share dump in about 2 hours. This is an unstoppable force now. You're fighting against gravity if you want to take a short against AMC right now. It's the absolute truth, guys. I've been talking about it for months and months and months and months. This is going to be the biggest short squeeze in history. You're a part of history right now. You're taking money from people that don't give a fuck about you. That's why I don't feel bad about this play at all. When have they ever cared about us? I'm going to leave you with a little story here about how bad this is. Joe Albert has a screenshot from like CSNBC or NBC or some bullshit with the ticker going on the bottom. And he took the screenshot just because they were talking about short plays, and AMC and GME were up there. But also Viacom and Discovery were up there. And they were saying that you should play those for a squeeze too, which is ridiculous because there's not short interest to any, reportable amount on those heavy blue chip stocks. But it was 2 days before Archegos got liquidated, hedge fund. Credit Suisse was left holding the bag. And those stocks went down 40 to 45% because they had to liquidate those stocks to pay their short positions. This is why we're going to short the SPY index. This is why I'm shorting Apple, because they're going to have to do this, guys. And in a couple days, those stocks rebounded. If I didn't have all my money in AMC at the time, and I haven't sold one share, I'm just saying I didn't have any money. I would have bought up that Discovery and Viacom in a heartbeat, because the blue chips recovering is one of the best plays on the market when you can buy them at a discount. But why the fuck did MSNBC have this big parade about, you should maybe do this AMC and GME short play, and then throw Viacom and Discovery in there too while you're at it? 2 days before, those stocks had the biggest hits they've ever had in history. Blue chip stocks don't take 40% dumps unless the shorts are having to cover. They usually trade between 1 or 2% of each other. They knew. Also, Mundrake today lost more money on their stock than they made selling AMC. Their stock went down 16%. But I looked into their put options, because I'm starting to look into the options contracts things, right? And they were trading for around $14 at open today, right? There was a ton of open interest on $7.50 puts for Mundrake. Tons of open interest. And it went up, that put, 750 put, went up 900% today. You think somebody didn't know about this play They didn't know that they would be exposed and probably go down in share price. It's all part of the game, guys. It's all part of the game, but now you're invited to the table. They've wanted for years and years and years for investing in the stock market to sound way too complicated for the average Joe. I'm really not that smart. But they name things, simple things with complex names, and they have different names for the same thing. And they try to talk above your head, and they try to make it sound like, oh man, you don't want to invest in the stock market. It's too tough. It's not that tough. It's really not that tough. Watch what they're doing, not what they're saying. We're going to make this play work coming and going, sideways, up and down. That's what I'm all about. I'm sorry. Am I getting greedy? Yeah, because this is the one big play that's going to define the rest of my life. I made more money in 6 trading days than I make in 6 months. 6 months salary in 6 days. And it's not stopping. There's shit on TV today on some of this MSNBC bullshit about the squeeze that happened after hours today. Short interest went up today. Short shares borrowed went up today. The utilization rate stayed the same. This was not the squeeze. This is not the squeeze you're looking for. This is still FOMO buying and a delta hedging for contracts. They're going to have to keep buying enough to cover these $40 contracts that are going to expire in the money. And by the way, what we have to watch out for is what happened last Friday. What happened last Friday towards the end of the day was a sell-off on AMC in our only red day that we've had in the last 13 freaking days. Was because they were reverse delta hedging and giving back what they didn't have to cover on those contracts. And that just shot the price down. So Friday, if it does go down in the afternoon, that would be a great time to buy some calls for a few weeks out, because we know it's going to bounce off a support line somewhere and go back up again. So buy puts when you know it's going to go down, but it's still going up. Buy calls when it's going up, but you know eventually it's going to go down, because that's when they're cheaper. And this is a risky play. I wouldn't recommend you putting a ton of money in it. I mean, what I just say, I bought 2. I mean, I'm up tens of thousands of dollars. I bought 2 Apple contracts for a couple $100. I'm going to buy a couple SPY contracts for $500. I'm going to buy a couple AMC calls for probably another $500. So I'm going to put $1,200 of my, tens of thousands of dollars that I'm in the profit onto these call plays. I mean, yeah, they're risky, but that's not a huge investment when compared to where I'm up. And if it plays out the way that I think it will, the calls and the puts, when they go in the money, it's exponentially higher than having common stocks shares. So they say you should never put more than 10% of your position on calls or puts. And that's, I'm not doing that. 10% of my position would be close to $5,000. I'm going to do it for way less than that. I'm going to put about 2.5% of my position on these plays, but they have the ability to make 400%, 4,000% money returns. So guys, I'm going to leave you with that. I love you all. I love this journey that we're on. I love that this is playing out the way that we said it would. Shout out to Joe Albert. And I love everybody that's on the train. New apes following me all the time. I don't give a shit about follower count, except for when people that I've supported for a long time stop following me. I get it. You don't want to talk about stocks. You want to talk about fantasy football, but you could mute me or scroll past me. You don't have to unfollow me. I want to name names, but I'm not going to, because I should be over that shit by now. It hurts, man. Paulie's got feelings. When somebody, you know, that I've interacted with a few times unfollows me because they're here for fantasy football, that's not what I'm talking about. I get it. Bye-bye. Bye, Felicia. You don't want to make money. I get it. So that's where we're at. The play's all working out. This is happening. This is freaking happening right now before our faces. History. The biggest short squeeze in history. The rise of the retail investor is here, and you've decided to join me. I really appreciate it. Some of my little 45-second videos have gotten like over 1,000 views. I'm like, holy shit. But it just so happens to be the biggest stock on the market right now. Highest volume for NASDAQ again today. Like I said last week, AMC accounted for like almost 15% of the total volume on NASDAQ. It's so crazy. So crazy. But I mean, it's going to keep getting more because like apes is common language on these shows now. Matt Kors was on Charles Payne today, Fox Business. It was great. Charles asked him about smart money versus dumb money. And he said, yeah, I mean, keep calling us dumb money. We're making money. Adam Aron, CEO, the Silverback Ape's going to be on Trade Trades here in a few days. And since Joe Albert is a confidant and advisor to Trey and advised him with the last Adam Aron interview, he has 3 questions to sneak in there. And I think one of them might be mine. And we'll just go ahead and throw it out right now. I want to know what Adam Aron has to say about the international share count that we can't count. And is it possible to try and get some idea of what's out there? Because the share count's going to be released here very soon. It costs the company money to do a share count, by the way. This is all calculated. They're doing this for a reason. But they're not going to be able to get the reporting from the international brokerages. And I understand that we can't force them to give us this information like we can force Robinhood and Webull and TD Ameritrade and Fidelity and all those guys. But can we just ask them nicely? Can we just call them up and say, hey, you know, shit's going down. You might have heard. We could really, really, really benefit from you telling us how many shares your stockholders have in AMC. Maybe they do it. Maybe some of them would do it. That's my question to Adam Aron. We'll see if it gets asked. It's already in the works, but we're going to stop here just under a half hour. Love you guys. Appreciate all of you. I hope everybody that's in AMC, whether you have 5 shares or 1,500 are happy. I'm happy. And money can't buy you happiness, but it can buy you freedom. Fuck the 1%.